I will explain about the introduction in this report, analyzing the employment trend among university graduate in Malaysia, example case of the brain pandemic in the context of ECO211. Our group decide to focus on area for each group assessment, macroeconomic, people who are employed, looking for work actively and ready to work but are unable to find suitable employment are considered to be unemployed. In this other word, a situation in which people in the labour force want to work but are unable to do so. Macroeconomic is relevant because it helps to produce economic growth, higher GDP level and higher employment rate. The world was hit by the unprecedented COVID-19 occurrence in 2020, which led to Malaysia experience its worst economic crisis since the last one in 1998. The implementation of the numerous movement control order and CO to stop COVID spread has increased the number of job loss, which has caused the country employment rate to grow by 200,000 to a record high of 718,000 in 2020. New workers in the particular recent grade are not exempt from the pandemic effect, with more employed people who lost their job due to the epidemic. It is become more difficult for graduates to find employment. The government has launched number initiatives to lighten the effect of the COVID-19 outbreak. For instance, the 35 billion ringgit National Economic Recovery Plan penjana budget, the wage subsidy program which aim to increase employee retention and decrease layoff, the hiring and training assistance for business, which encourage hiring by offering financial incentive to employer, and the reskill and the upskill program, which is aimed to improve employability among young people and the unemployed, are some of the initiatives in Pejana. Furthermore, the Pejana KPT CAP program include 3 sub-programs: Place and Train, Entrepreneurship and GIG Economy, all of which is designed to address the difficult of graduate employment. So the last thing, Graduate Statistic 2020 provide data on the graduate earning in Malaysia as well as their participation in absent from the labour force. Several data sources include the labour force survey, higher education statistic, graduate tertiary study, graduate research study, TVET, and salary and wage survey. We used to compile the statistic. Graduate are people who have earned the highest degree from university, college, polytechnic, recognized organization or equivalent with a minimum 2 years study period. A graduate are divided into certification category, degree and diploma.
The chart illustrates trend of unemployment among university graduate in Malaysia. In 2020, the number of graduates increased 4.4% compared to 2019. Meanwhile, graduate unemployment rate increased to 4.4% compared to 3.9% in 2019. And last but not least, male graduate unemployment rate increased by 0.8 percentage point while female increased 0.4 percentage points.
There are many problems of trend unemployment during pre-pandemic era among university graduates in Malaysia. First, poor command of English. In Malaysia, English is still the most used business language. English proficiency has become a requirement for efficient communication rather than a benefit. Many recent graduates from Malaysia, however, found it difficult to speak English fluently. Since most job interviews are performed in English, many graduates struggle in the initial round of the hiring process because their lack of proficiency in the language undermine their confidence. Second, lack of technical and soft skills. Modern employer want recent graduated to be completed prepared with the necessary skills and expertise to contribute to their organization straight away, since they are not eager to invest in employee onboarding and training. Employers and industry participants claim that the majority of newly graduate Malaysian lack of technical, problem solving and soft skills needed to compete for job in Malaysia. As a result, there is intense competition for job because very few candidates have the necessary skill sets. Thirdly, picky about the job or company. In contrast to the earlier generation, the majority of recent graduates nowadays would not accept a job just for the sake of it. In today's job market, candidates look for a whole compensation package, include allowance and non-monetary benefit in addition to a larger income. In addition, recent graduates from Malaysia place a strong focus on workplace culture, work-life balance, and other factors. However, not all businesses provide this advantage, and only the greatest and rarest skilled are hired in their place, leaving others without jobs.
In addition, have little or no work experience is one of the causes of unemployment trend among university graduates in Malaysia. Even though graduates have internship program, some companies are most likely to hire those with work experience. It is because they do not need to invest in employee training. Graduates also had difficulty when they had to compete other people with those have work experience. And last but not least, high demand salary is one of the causes of unemployment trend among university graduates in Malaysia. According to jobstreet.com, demanding unrealistic salary is the top 5 reason why fresh graduates difficult to get hired. Some graduates have tendency to demand a high salary for their first employment. There are many factors why they do that, such as they're burdened with various debt or the cost living is increasing. As a result, employers hire people who are willing with lower salaries.
This COVID-19 pandemic is known as the coronavirus pandemic, which is an epidemic of infectious disease that is plaguing Malaysia. COVID-19 transmission has led to employment problems that have occurred among university graduates in Malaysia. When Movement Controls Order (MCO) were carried out seriously, university graduates who are looking for work find it harder to get a job because some employers can't afford and pay full wages. Therefore, there are many appropriate measures to overcome our economic problems. The first one is offer employment opportunities in Malaysia. The government should offer more employment opportunities in Malaysia so that the younger generation will thrive in a competitive world. This is because it has a strong potential to grow in a globalized, competitive environment and can last for a very long period in the future. When the graduates get a permanent job, surely the employment service arranged by the government will be better. Therefore, in this way, it can reduce unemployment in Malaysia and economic growth increasing. The second is engage in small business or planning to start small business. Graduates can start small business to help the country economy grow. This is due to the fact that this industry is also the backbone of the country industrial base. This also eliminates the need to rely on foreign investors who come to invest in our country. This proposal can serve as a springboard for entrepreneurs to take the next step. After that, starting a small business can help to alleviate the country's graduate and employment problem.
Youth Hold Skill Program. The youth can then hold various skill programs and prioritize the establishment of skill institutions with foreign countries as the next step. Furthermore, graduates can participate in the program, producing highly skilled individuals capable of competing in the globalization era. As a result, a large number of people with high employment skills, making them the primary target country for foreigners invested in the future. Upgrading the job service portal. Upgrading the website system for finding jobs and making it easier for graduates to find jobs based on the qualification available to place them in the industry or elsewhere. Therefore, we can use this method to determine whether a job is suitable or not. This can help to reduce the unemployment rate among graduates. Non-government organization. Non-government organizations play an important role in ensuring graduates get jobs, such as creating online course programs, and it can also help improve skills and restructure local talent into digital skills. However, the country's unemployment rate will decrease, as will the market capacity of graduates who are in high demand by employers.
In conclusion, unemployment that occurs in Malaysia among graduates is a common occurrence in Malaysia. This is because there are a handful of graduates who are very picky with their jobs, lack of exposure about the career they will take, and low salary rates. This should be emphasized by all parties, including the graduates themselves, the government, the university, and the family. Graduates must have work experience working with small companies to learn the ins and outs of the business or how to improve the economy. All the knowledge gained while working part-time can be applied according to the situation to become a proactive, efficient employee with a bombastic idea to advance a company. As recent graduates, we should be wise to take the opportunity to learn how to manage a business, starting with a small business.